day 5, I believe. I'm gonna start working on the trusses here. I got those are 12 footers for the bottom cord, and these are 10 footers for the, I guess, trusses or rafters, I don't know. So I measured over here. It's a little over 12 feet. I don't know how that happened, but and I wanted a 1/4 inch play, so 1/8 of an inch on each side of the bottom cord. But when I went to Home Depot, if you measure these, most of them are over 12 feet. Some only by a little, some more than almost an inch. So I measured each one as I was picking them out, made sure they were over about an inch, so I can do 12 feet and a half inches to give me that 1/4 play, that 1/8 of an inch play on each end. I'm gonna do a 60-30 degree angle. I'll get that set up and we'll see if I can get a shot of what that looks like when I'm doing it. This is just how I'm doing it. There's probably a ton of ways. I'm no expert. I'll cut back. So I just cut this end at 60 degrees with the speed square. And then I measured 12.5 from the tip all the way over here. 12.5 is right here. Come on, see if you could zoom in over here. I mean, you guys probably know this, but there's a mark that says pivot. So you put that on the pivot, and I'm gonna come up until this 60 is on the degrees, not the common. 60 on the edge there. I'm on that line with the pivot, then I can make my line here. My chop saw goes 60 degrees this way, but it doesn't go 60 degrees this way, so I gotta cut it from this side, both of them. So, here. Line this up. And that's one bottom cord done. So this is just gonna, I'm just gonna set it up over here. I'm gonna use the floor as my base. I'll put a block here, block here. I'm gonna do the rafters, top cords, whatever you call them. Those will be 30 degrees. You center this, 30 degrees, and then you figure out how long you want the hang to go. We'll get back to that when we get there. All right, so I cut all the 2x4s for the top plate, the top and cords and the bottom cords, and now I'm just going to cut the gussets. This is the gusset for the peak portion. It's 10 3/8 wide. So, yeah, 10 3/8 wide. I'm gonna mark these off at 36 inches. 36, 72. And then this is, as I did the 30-60 degree, this is gonna be a 60 degree angle. So I start at the corner here with the pivot, come down. Again, I'm on the degrees, not the common. I'm gonna line that up, make sure I'm lined up. Over here, same thing on this side. Four pieces. One sheet of plywood gives me 4 strips, 4 pieces, 16 gussets. I need 24 because I have a 16 by 12 shed and there's 13 rafters. So 2 per rafter except for the 2 on the 1 on each end. So that's 24. So I'm gonna keep cutting, and then I gotta do the smaller ones for the bottom cords. All right. Finally got everything cut. And if I'm being honest, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. It's already like 2:30 in the afternoon. I started on setting up at 9 o'clock. So now I'm gonna try to make these rafters. Set up a little jig here. Let's see how it goes. I put like a, what is it, a 10-inch overhang. It worked out for my sheets of plywood when I do the roof. So I can do it in two 4-foot sections. It'll take me to the peak. But yeah, I was hoping to have some walls up today, but looks like that's gonna have to happen tomorrow if I can even get these rafters done. I have 13 to make, something like that. Alright, just to get a little footage here. I've just been putting these things together. Liquid nails, gusset, screws, both sides except for the end, 2 end gables. I got 6 or 7. That'll be 7 or 6 or 8. I don't know. I got a few more to go. Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after this. Takes a while. Screw and glue. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, so got everything situated, cleared off the deck so I can use it as a platform for the walls. I got my first 2 16 footers for this front wall here. About to mark them off, 16 on center. Draw my wood over there. Finally ready to start building walls. I blocked off the whole floor. This will be where the siding will sit when I go to put that on. I'm gonna frame it and then put the siding on. These blocks are just to catch the wall frame for me. Will make it easier. And I have to work around that pipe. Get to that when I get to it, I guess. So I'll continue on, and I'll cut back once I, got it laid out. End of the day's progress. Before I have to get inside and get cleaned up and go to work. So I got a wall up. Finally. Day what? 7, 6, and now I got a wall. That's my door, obviously. And put a 36-inch door in here. So that's a 38-inch opening. And that's it. Probably won't get to work on it again until sometime next week. Tuesday maybe. Today's Friday. Won't be working on it the weekend, that's for sure. If I had it my way, but apparently I don't. Well, that's that. So here's what we got. I'm gonna call this day 8. I think we left off with that first wall up was the end of the last video. So I'm out here now working on this wall. And these two walls are going to be the hardest walls. These walls on the end are just all studs. This one I boxed out for a wall, through the wall AC unit that I picked up on Amazon based off of, I believe if you watch any of the Brew Shed videos, Brew Q, he's got a really good video about his Brew Shed build, and he had that same unit. I messaged him about it. He told me what it was, so I said, let me get it. So while before I built the wall, it had the measurements on it, which were 25 and a half by 15 and a quarter, which are accurate, but I still wanted to build it together to be sure before I studded out my wall. And it is just what they say it is. I went 1/8 of an inch bigger all the way around just to be sure I could fit it, and I'll just you know, fill it in with that gap filler or some silicone. So right now nothing's screwed together up there. I just boxed everything out. These are still 16. The cripples are still going to be 16. Everything's 16 on center. I just had to put in what I had to put in. And that unit, I dropped it in. It fits in there nice. So I'm going to attempt to screw all this together and then attempt to lift it myself. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully you'll see a wall up in the next shot. Right on. Okay. Here we go. She's up.
Now what?
No, I gotta. Nope, she's down. Jeez Louise. Clamps are your friend. You're working alone. I know I gotta like get it in place, but I'm just.
I'm gonna hand it to you.
I'm just, you know, just standing her up. And then I'll adjust. Four walls. Yeah. A little panoramic. Well, not panoramic, but you know what I mean. I got 4 walls. Got my drain in. Window. My door. And the sidewall. Still gotta put the top tie-in plate on and screw it down to the base. I only got it in the corners and stuff, but I got walls.